everyone. Today we're going to use Keynote to create a snowy Santa's town. So get your basic white presentation in Keynote and we'll get started. First, go up to your shapes and select a square and just drag it down about 3/4 of the size of your page. When you're happy with it, go up to the paintbrush, go to Style, select Fill and Gradient and select 2 different shades of blue for your sky. Once you've got that, you can go to Angle and you can play about with it a little bit until you've got the desired effect that you would like. Next, you're going to go up to the shapes and you are going to type in pie. And we're just going to look for a basic pie shape, like it's spell pie. And we are just going to make that big so we can see all the different bits. We're going to go to Paintbrush, go to Arrange, and go down to the bottom and click Break Apart. Now, if you zoom right in, we can separate all the different parts of the pie. So if you just click on the bottom part and the middle bit, we can just delete them because we're not going to use them today. Then select the part that you've got left, go to Paintbrush and Style, go to Fill and Gradient, and you're going to make the top bit of it nice and white for snow and the bottom bit a nice light blue colour. You are then going to go back to Arrange and you are going to click on Constrain Proportions and just make sure that that is turned off. Then you can change the shape of it without it going off the page. So you are just going to move that around and place it so that you are going to create a nice snowy mountain landscape. So you are going to copy and paste as many times as you need to. Keep copying and pasting and smoothing them all out until you're happy with your landscape look. Then we're going to go up to shapes and we're going to select a circle and we're just going to create a moon that we're going to place in the centre of our page. We're going to go up to the paintbrush and go to Style and Fill, and we're going to go to Gradient and fill it with a white and a grey. You can select the different shades that you prefer and just play about with them until you've got it right. And remember that you can go back to the fill and you can select Angle and you can change how the colours look within it so that it's perfect for your picture. Once you're happy with it, go to Arrange and move it behind your snowy landscape so that it looks as if the moon is just setting in the background. Next, you're going to go back to shapes and you are going to search for a tree and you are going to select the nice pine trees and place them wherever you like in your picture. I'm going to go up to Paintbrush and I'm going to go to Style and Fill and I am just going to choose a nice blue colour and then I am going to copy and paste that and I'm going to go back up to my Paintbrush and Fill and this time I am going to select a darker blue colour. I am then just going to copy and paste these over my picture until I have them dotted around and I have enough that it looks like a nice snowy forest. Now you can also zoom in and just group these together so that you're not copying and pasting them individually, and then you can paste them in twos and it gets the job done a little bit faster. When you're happy with your trees, we are then going to go up to the shapes and we are going to type in deer and we are going to create a little deer family. So I'm going to select the deer with the antlers first and just move him around and put him maybe down here by the tree. And I'm then going to click on the paintbrush and I'm going to fill him with just a nice brown colour so that he stands out against the white. Back up to my shapes and I'm going to select the deer without the antlers. I'm then going to go to Arrange and I'm just going to flip that around so that it's facing the dad deer. And I'm just going to shrink that down to make it a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to go back up to, I'm going to go into copy and paste, and I am just going to then create the baby deer. I'm going to go into my fill and I'm just going to quickly change them both to brown as well. I'm then going to just zoom right in on my page just so I can move them about and get the position of them correct. And I'm then going to go up to my drawing tools and I am just going to select the pen tool I'm just going to make that a little bit smaller, and I'm going to just give them a little eye so that if we zoom into the picture, they look a little bit more lifelike as well. Next, we're going to go back up to shapes, and this time we're going to search for Santa's house. So we're just going to type in house and select the one that you like, and then have a little go at positioning it about on your landscape picture where you fancy it. I think I'm just going to nestle mine in amongst the trees, and then once you're happy with it, you are then going to go up to shapes again, and this time you are going to get a square and just squash it in into a rectangle, go up to paintbrush and turn it yellow, and you're just going to put it over the top of your house. Now you're just going to shrink it down so it covers the little room at the top and the windows, and then you're going to go to arrange and move it to the back so that it gives the illusion that the lights are on inside the house. I'm then going to go to style and change my house to red because it's Santa's house after all. Just going to copy and paste a few more trees and nestle them around the house, and I'm just going to copy and put one behind the house as well, and then just order it by going up to the paintbrush, going to arrange and moving it behind the house and behind the yellow rectangle as well. Okay, and we're going back up to shapes again, and this time we're going to create the elves workshop. So you can type in house and see if any of them suit you, but I see one here that says hour that has the clock tower on it, so I'm going to put two shapes together to create my perfect little elf workshop. So this time I'm just going to go along and I'm going to look through the different categories and have a look and see if there are any in here that are suitable. If you go into education, there is one that is a school that I think will work quite well. So I am just going to add this onto the side of my clock tower. Take your shapes and position them wherever you would like to have your elves workshop. Now you can actually click on both of these and just group them together if you want, but I'm not sure yet if I might change them, so I'm just going to place them together just now to see how we like them. And then I'm going to go back up to my shapes, and I'm going to get the square again and change it to fit in behind my house here, and I'm going to get that yellow, go to arrange and move it behind again so that it looks as if it is illuminated. Once you're happy with it, you're just going to go up to shapes, do the same again and select a circle, zoom in so that it's easier to move it, and position it within the clock tower so that it fits behind the clock. Then go up to paintbrush, go to style, select yellow to fill it, arrange and move it to the back, and it gives a nice glow around the clock too. Now it is the elves workshop, so you might want to select it, go to style, and you might want to change the colour of it. So I'll maybe just select a green here, and for the tower house as well, I'm just going to fill that too, but I'm going to select a slightly different shade of green so that it looks as if it's just standing slightly behind it. Once I'm happy with that, I'm then just going to zoom out to see how it's looking so far, and then I'm going to go back up to the shapes, and this time I'm going to start by looking for a little gift, and I'm going to place this at the elves workshop. Now I'm just going to zoom in, and I'm just going to make this really small, but if I'm zoomed in I can see exactly where I want to leave the present. So I'm just going to put it right outside the workshop. Once I'm happy with my gift, I'm going to go up to the paintbrush, and I am going to go to arrange, and I'm going to just break it apart like we did to the pie. And this means then that I can change the different colours of the different sections of my gift. So I am just going to create a red gift so that it looks as if I have white wrapping on it, and then give the gift bowl a different colour at the top as well. I'm going to paste in another gift as well, and I'm just going to dot these around the elves workshop. Now I'm just going to leave this one black, but you can change the colour of these, break them apart, and you can add in as many or as few as you like as well. I'm just going to add one over to the other side as well so that they are dotted around the image. Next, we're going to go back up to shapes, and this time we're going to type in snow, and we're going to add in the 2 different shapes for the snowflakes, and we can start to move them around our screen. Now, you can go up to paintbrush and go to style and fill, and you can select little colours of grey or white, or you can do a gradient and do a mix of both for these. Now, copy and paste these and just dot them all around your screen. Once you've got a couple, you can even group these together and then copy and paste them so that you get a lot more quickly. Repeat this until you have your perfect snowy scene. Next, we're going to go back up to shapes, and this time we're just going to get a basic circle, take it to the bottom and just stretch that out to give it the appearance of a flat shape. And we're going to go up to style, fill, and we're going to select a nice icy blue because we're just going to make a little frozen pond at the bottom of our Santa's town. Back up to shapes, and this time we're just going to search for a ski or a skier. So let's just change it. There we go, ice skating, that's perfect. And we're just going to add down our little ice skating person down into the lake, and I'm just going to pinch that in and make it quite small. Now, when it's selected, I'm going to go up to arrange and I'm going to click on break apart again, like we did at the very start. This allows me to just delete the feet, and then I'm going to go back up to shape and select ice skates. Now I can just pinch these down and add them on to my ice skater. I'm going to go to arrange and I'm just going to flip them around so that they are facing the right way, and I can click on angle and I can just rotate them round so that it fits at the perfect angle onto my skater's leg. I can then go to my style once I have duplicated it for the other foot as well, and I can change the colour as well. You can select whichever colour you like for your skates, and then you can do the same to the rest of the skater's body, changing the colours of the different segments until you're happy with it. Next, I have my ice skater, and I've used some basic shapes to create some socks. I'm back up to shapes again, and this time I'm looking for a woolly hat. Now I'm just doing the exact same again. I am just going to pinch this down using my fingers, and I'm going to place it on top of the ice skater's head. I'm then going to go to style, and I'm going to go to fill and gradient, where I'm going to select 2 different colours to give my ice skater a nice light winter coloured hat. You could do the same with shapes to select gloves or scarves, or to add more detail into your skater as well. Now I'm going to go up to my photos or videos, and I'm going to select an image that I've got from Safari of a little Santa, and I'm going to go to the paintbrush image and just remove background. I'm then going to just edit mask and just crop that to make sure that I don't have any writing on my screen as well. And I'm going to place Santa near his little house. You could even get a Mrs. Claus to add to your picture too. This time I'm back up to photo and video, and I'm selecting my elf, back to paintbrush, going to image, and I'm just removing that background again. And once I've clicked remove background, it goes nice and transparent, and then I'm just going to place my elf in front of his little workshop, and I'm going to zoom right in so that I can make him nice and small, but so that I can still see where I want him to go on my page. Now you could add in lots of elves, but for time I'll just add one for now. And that's us finished our Santa's Snowy Town. Now if you want, you could always animate this as well and turn it into a movie with moving images, or you could just save it as a still image and share it to Seesaw or Showbait as well. I hope you enjoy creating your own Santa's Town.